Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our second of 4 matches for the day. You are watching Starladder Season 9 Europe, the first Dota 2 league in the West, outside of the International, to nearly eclipse $200,000 in total prize money. I guess maybe Dream League's first, but they're pretty close. Anyway, all I know is Starladder very, very close to hitting that 200,000 mark, so big shout out to everyone who supported the league and helped make it possible. Coming up today, our second match of the day, we will have Sigma versus Relax. And you look at these teams right now, Sigma 4-2, doing decently through the early group stages, but Relax, this team, I've heard a lot of people saying they're not very serious. Dread was playing CSGO like 10 minutes before their last match where they beat Alliance, or that was 2 matches ago, but they're getting things done. Dread, one of my personal all-time favorite CIS players, so we'll have to see if they can keep it up. They've got a staunch opponent here in the form of Sigma, and with that being said, the draft is well underway, so we're not going to waste any more time. We go ahead and we hop ourselves directly in. And on that note, we do have Sigma on the Radiant side. One of these days. Relax on the Dire side. Sigma on the Radiant. The draft well underway, and so we'll just run through it very quickly. In terms of the bans, Visage gets banned again. Nyx gets banned. Shadow Shaman's still out there. Oh no, actually Sigma already picked him up, but the Ember and Bat were both let through, and Sigma, true to form, if there's a Bane in the pool, then a Bane they will take. So they grab themselves the Bane after the first big Ember. The follow-up will be the Lycanthrope. Now they are on the Radiant side, so this Lycan pick just a tad bit weaker. And actually, Shadow Shaman, another hero who has a dramatically higher win rate on the Dire side. I think it's like a 67% win rate on the Dire, and around 53% or something on the Radiant. I forget exactly. K-Pop Toast had the numbers, and he had showed them to me at some point. Of course, they may have changed a bit, but yeah, Shadow Shaman definitely stronger on the Dire, and I think to no surprise to anyone, Lycan would be as well. But they'll still go for the Lycan Shadow Shaman. Relax with the Ember Spear Bat Rider, so keeping with a consistent fiery theme here to start things off. Would like to see a Lina pick. Let's go Team Red. But yeah, Ember, Bat Rider, so that should be their solo mid and their off laner. And now they'll need to pick up their support heroes and their safe lane farmer. In terms of Sigma, a team that used to love to run dual lanes, to be honest, I'm actually going to bring up their drafting stats if I can get out of this window. Let's see. Team 1, that should be Sigma. Yeah, we'll wait for the pretty faces to move off the screen, and let's see what they've been picking up recently in Starladder. Naga and Beastmaster, I guess the two main ones that are still out there this game. Oh, sorry, Naga actually got banned, so it would just be the Beastmaster for them, and well, we'll go ahead and go back to the draft here. But yeah, maybe a Beastmaster. Pretty good hero with Lycan, actually, I would say. And they do need an offlaner. So offlane Beastmaster, you can stack Ancients. Inner Beast works really well with Lycan. The Roar is great against Bat Rider when he initiates. And you just need something that's great lockdown versus Ember. So maybe we see something like a Beastmaster here. Doom's also out there. I think Doom's a really strong choice against Ember. But right now they don't have many solutions for the Ember. There's also the Fata Puck, who can go solo mid. So go Beastmaster here. And I also wouldn't mind a final pick of a Puck. So we'll see what Sigma look to do. But I think the Beastmaster is a good choice. Lots of synergy with Lycan, gives them much needed lockdown. As for Relax, they need a support. I mean, the Ember can go safe lane. So I mentioned he'll probably be mid, but that's not mandatory by any means. Maybe they even look to pick up the Puck and run the Ember as their safe lane farmer. But he's just so good with levels that I feel like running Ember safe lane is kind of a shame. But with the Enchantress Crystal Maiden, they could just leave the lane alone for him. And he'll be up against a Beastmaster. So that's a matchup that Ember can do really well in once he gets a few levels. Just harass him out of lane. Very easy to do against the melee hero, and especially an offlaner such as Beastmaster, who sure can battle crow a bit, but generally there will be someone mid who really needs the courier. So I think this Ember could go safe lane potentially, but we'll have to see how Relax look to run it. The last time they ran it, no, sorry, never mind. That was not Relax. That was Power Rangers. Scratch that. I see some of the people out there getting a little sick of Lycan. It's funny. Whatever heroes get popular, everyone gets sick of them. Like when Morphlane was big before TI2, everyone was like, oh my god, Morphlane's the worst hero ever. It's so boring to watch. I hate Morphlane. Rawr! And then everyone got really excited when he started coming back. And I guarantee you, if people keep on picking Morphlane and Lycan, people are going to be super sick of them heading into TI4. It's where as we get closer to TI4, Valve really can't be changing the game a whole lot. Maybe they can release one more like balance patch, maybe one new hero, if that, but you can't be changing the game and the rules of the game constantly going into such a big event. So, and especially even before that, there's this big stretch of major tournaments in June. The Summit's going to be the first one, I guess you would say. And well, actually, WPCA is the week before that, I believe. Then the Summit. Then you've got Dream League, then a week off, and then you have ESL, which is going to be huge in that stadium in Germany. So, yeah, that's where Valve has to kind of settle and finalize Dota 2. And maybe they do some bug fixing, but no rebalancing of any kind. I would say even, like, starting from early May. It wouldn't be fair to the teams otherwise. But, well, we'll see if any changes come along. We are still in March, so I think there's a little flexibility for Ice Frog. Sigma won't go for the puck. They'll run actually a Nature's Prophet here, so that looks to be Miguel's offlane hero, and this puts probably Fata onto a solo mid Beastmaster. Interesting. I mean, the other option if they want to be super greedy is they could run like an offlane Beastmaster, Jungle Prophet, solo mid Shadow Shaman, and then you run like the Lycan as your safe lane farmer with the Bane there, but that's pretty greedy, and Bane Lycan are not going to be able to keep a Batrider out of the lane. So the problem with Sigma's supports is Shadow Shaman is just not that good at zoning, so they're going to have a hard time actually preventing this Batrider from getting into the lane. But we'll hold that thought because Fuzzy Wuzzy's hit the deck, guys. He's in the field. And now we're going to top ourselves into the main game screen, and we'll get underway. So, as you can see, the prize fund nearly 200,000 already. It's got to break it at this point. It's going to be awesome. But Ursa, and they're on the dire side here. With Enchantress. I don't think... I mean, obviously they can level 1 Roche with Untouchable and the Ursa, but Sigma should be pretty well equipped to stop that. They have the Prophet who can go in and be disruptive early. And with this Ursa pick, it looks like they just want a hero that can man-fight a Lycan and win the man-fight. And Ursa certainly fits that bill.
10 seconds.
I see a few people saying the stream is dead, but
5
we'll just double check. Make sure there's no problems. But I think everything is fine. It's probably just 1 or 2 people lagging, in which case, guys, go ahead and try refreshing your streams. If that still doesn't work, click the wrench. Let Twitch know there's a problem. But yeah, Relax right now, 6-3. This is a team that has some big names, mainly Dread as sort of the most accomplished player, along with Tame My Wild, but not a team of huge names, generally speaking. Players like Yuki, Windex, Sheichlo. We've seen them around, but we haven't seen them consistently on huge teams. So that's where Relax have been playing the role of the spoiler in some ways, and I'm excited to see if they can keep it up. But with that being said, we have ourselves a quick pause here, and we'll go ahead and introduce the teams. On the dire side, we've got Relax, Dread, the big name, one of the most popular CIS streamers. I would say the most popular after Dendi. Maybe some of the other Na'Vi players are kind of up there, like Havost and Puppy when he used to stream, but Dread is... his viewership is at least comparable and oftentimes more than Saint Saint. So if you haven't heard of Dread, well, you should learn Russian, because apparently he's a very, very funny guy. Some call him the Saint Saint of the CIS. But Dread will be on the Crystal Maiden, Sheichlo, the Ember Spirit, Yoki, the Ursa, Tame My Wild, your Batrider, and that puts Wind X onto the Enchantress. 6-3, Relax are through 9 games of play. And on the Radiant side, we've got Sigma. Miguel going to be playing the Nature's Prophet, Pos, your support Shadow Shaman, Fata on that solo mid Beastmaster. That does put Mr. Paris, or 10. God, this guy changes... Wait, what? Oh, did they swap roles? Or are they trolling me? Is Sakshika not on carry anymore? I have not watched Sigma in the past few days, so... Is Mad playing carry? What's going on here? Okay, maybe I missed the role switch. Either that or this is unusual. I honestly do not know, but we'll find out soon enough. But yeah, Fucking Mad will be playing the Lycan, and Paris, Sakshika apparently going to be on the Bane. So, not sure about this. Are they looking to run? Oh, they're going to run a jungle Lycan. Okay, perhaps anyway. Stout Show, Quelling Blade picked up. The sound's a little odd, though. Generally, the tangos are just more efficient. You get more regen for the cost with tangos. You do spend a bit more time at low HP. Is he actually going to the lane? I'm curious how they're looking to do this. Like I mentioned, they could be greedy. and run a hero in the jungle. I mentioned the Nature's Prophet, but he's gone
30
boots. But
seconds to
they can
battle.
also do it with Lycan. Maybe not full jungle, but rotate into the jungle after you get like level 3 to 5 is certainly a possibility. But Sigma will be pretty happy. Their jungle not contested, and so too will Relax. They're also running quite a few heroes that need those levels in the jungle. Apparently I'm dead to people. I don't know why. Chill the fuck out, chat. I got this. Well, I haven't missed the first blood yet, so we're off to a rip-roaring start, but they'll all check the bottom rune here. It'll be a regen, and we'll go the way of Sigma. Huzzah! Already they've actually placed an observer ward right near this camp. I think worried about the Enchantress coming in and contesting. But this Enchantress is not contesting off the bat, so in some ways that's just a win for Relax here. That means there's no ward at the top side of the map. There's no ward in the jungle. There's also no ward here. So the Prophet, as well as the solo mid Beastmaster, are going to have very little vision, very little support for them. But Relax will actually go for some dual lanes. Ursa, Crystal Maiden, up against the Lycan, Shadow Shaman, Bane tri-lane. Gonna be tough. Sure, you've got this Ursa, but they can just sleep him, ignore him, and go on the CM. So this is where Ursa can easily be dealt with by this tri-lane. Probably won't get too much, except maybe some levels. And then the mid lane, Ember versus Beastmaster. Ember generally very strong in these 1v1s. This Ember is going for Flame Guard build, though. Not going for the Sleight of Fists, Searing Chains build, at least not right away. So that'll be interesting to see if he just takes the value point, but Flame Guard, it's decent with one value point. The spell that scales the best, I would say, is Sleight of Fist. The AoE gets a lot bigger, and we will see that Enchantress first move. She's hoping for the double creep, but they actually did block their own camp here, so again, worried about the offensive jungle. This will probably prevent a first blood. Otherwise, right now, they'd have a Nova into a Bite. Into a very... well, actually, only a Bite. Didn't take Nova at level 1. Generally, Nova's the stronger choice if you want to go for these first bloods, because it has much better range. It's a total of, I think it's 400 radius, plus the cast range is, like, I think it's 700? 700, 800, something like that. It's like over 1,000 total range, but oh, Yoki. The Ursa gets caught out. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy is very dead. They can't do anything. Can't even deny him. Yeah, just nothing to do here but watch your Ursa die. Oh, Relax, give up a first blood. Sigma will be happy about that. Oh, we gotta fix the order of the stat. Sorry about that. Was checking for buybacks last game. But yeah, interesting to see this matchup mid. The Ember Spirit, in some ways, really struggles against Beastmaster, because Beastmaster's axes do composite damage. Some of that is physical, and there's the biggest weakness for Ember, I would say, is just his low armor. 1 armor at level 1. So very low base armor, very vulnerable to harass. The Flame Guard helps block some of the axe damage that comes his way, but definitely not all of it. So that's where he has a bit of a hard time in terms of harassment. And also, Beastmaster is good at trading harass. High HP, high base armor. He's sitting at 5. He's actually going for the Call of the Wild build. So we'll see the double boar. Gonna make Shachil's life very difficult. No axes, though. I imagine or no inner beast. I imagine we'll see some later on. But for now, Windex, he's made a rotation all the way through mid. And this could be a kill mid. They've got... if they have the Flame Guard ready, which they do, level 2. They've got 2 setups here for the stomp. They've got a lot of follow-up lockdown. Even just a single point in this Searing Chains is still 2 seconds. That should be enough for a kill. They just got to make sure they don't screw it up. Don't bork it, Windex. Remember, there's 2 wards here, which means there's no vision the other way. And now they'll go in with the Troll Trap to start it off. The Stomp will follow up, and now they've got the Binding Chains on top of it all. The Searing Chains, rather. Fata will fall. They even force in the Paris TP, but to no avail.
Now, nobody wins.
Well done. Actually, this Bane is going hard. He's got a level 2 Brain Sap. I don't think he... can he get the kill? No. No, he can't. Meanwhile, they kill off the Lycan bottom. Well, sorry I missed that one, guys, but I guess just the Frostbite into a Nova, and then Ursa gives him the clap. And from there, it's pretty easy. Even though Sigma give up a kill bottom, and even though they've given up a first blood mid, though, they Relax have to be worried about this Nature's Prophet. Already getting close to level 6. You're running around with a level 3 CM. Your Enchantress actually gets just blasted in the river by this Bane. Just caught the closing seconds of that kill, but Yeah, Enchantress is quite underleveled. Ember's pretty squishy. Even though he has the Flame Guard. Could easily die if it's on cooldown. A good start here overall for Sigma, I would say. Getting their levels up. Gold favoring them. Experience slightly favoring Relaxed. But the mid-game for Sigma is just very strong. As long as they hold on to their towers, they'll have the Hawk, the Scout. They can split push effectively with the double boars to some extent, with the wolves to a large extent. And they just have great pickoff potential. Roar, Fiend's Grip will come out fairly early because Paris is getting a lot of levels early on. Speaking of Paris, here comes the rotation. They're about to go in. Will they start on Yoki? No, they want the CM. They've seen her in the shop. They'll sleep one, and now Dread makes a run for the trees, and they say, you know what, we should go for Yoki instead. The Frostbite's there. The turnaround comes, but with that Howl damage, they just hit too hard. Can't do a thing. And now the CM forced the TP out. Lane War gets plopped down. And already the 2 sentries were dropped by Relax. They wanted to deward this jungle so they could actually get some creeps for the Enchantress, it looks like. But nonetheless, the double boar scouting for... He's just scouting for the Enchantress. He knows that they want to gank him. She's been off the map for a while, and in fact, she is coming. There's a bottle on this courier. But Bane's also mid. This is not going to work. This is not going to work. Unless they dive. If they dive the Ember, maybe it works. Otherwise, no way. No way in hell. Uh-oh.
Haste.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that's not where Shadow Shaman wants to be. Yoki's just going to start smacking him. Just let him know you're there. It's a love tap for now. But yeah, your Enchantress hanging out in the enemy wood. Shadeshow's here, hits level 7. Where are those boars? One Hawk heading towards top. And actually, he's going to get caught. Fada asleep at the wheel. He'll eat a clap here as well. Then come slashing through with the Sleight of Fists and a simple kill. Didn't maintain discipline. He didn't have the boar sitting over here. Didn't have a Hawk that way. He's actually scouting top. And I think it's where he just hasn't seen the Enchantress in some time. And just, you know what? Oh, I didn't see her for a while. She must not be mid. I should just go look the other way. Now they'll get dewarded as well. But this is a much different start for the Lycan compared to the one we saw last game. Very early Vlad's gets picked up. And Bane's going deep for this kill on Dread. No sleep available, though. He has the stick charges, but they're cooling down. And for now, it is the Ember who jumps in. He's just going on to 2. Dude, a lot of damage with the Flame Guard. He actually zips out. Worried about the Beastmaster Roar. And as a result, your Crystal Maiden pays with her life. Just gets chopped. Meanwhile, bottom lane. There's no wolves here. No mana for the wolves. Now Ursa goes in. Diving for one. He's going to get the kill here on the Shadow Shaman. Is he going to dive the Lycan as well? No.
Take this warning.
If they had the wolves there, they get the kill, but Mad just didn't calculate his mana properly. They clearly were counting on them, because they were not going to get that kill without it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Good wards up now for Relax, though. In spite of the death for Dread, he dewarded over here. They got a nice lane ward up. And we'll actually see a teleport reaction comes top. And while that Shadow Shaman looks to get his levels up, this is what... Oh, mid lane onto Fata. But there's a Roar available. A real midget ultimate from Shadeshlow. It'll be okay, though. He's actually going to go right back in. He slashes through on 2. The spell's cooling out. He's bottling up through it all. They get 2 kills. Looking for more. Now they're going to bring Paris low. He will fall, and Shadeshlow gonna live.
Radiant's
Oh
top
boy.
tower is under
They really
attack.
underestimated that Ember.
Speed to you.
The Flame Guard build is very deceptive. It's where you think he's an easy kill, then he pops Flame Guard, sticks up, bottles up, and is still alive. Not as aggressive of a build, but definitely the more survivable one. And with all the damage coming his way from Howl, I guess he needs to block every bit of magic he can to make up for all the physical that he's already taking. Bat Rider Blink's almost out, though. Keeping our eyes on Relax for them, the keys are going to be just getting this Bat Blink, pretty much. Once that happens, and if they can start finding the pickoffs, then they can transition into a tower push. Ember just zipping all over the place. I think he had left a Remnant mid and also one in the enemy jungle, but he's got a DD rune now. And he's really keeping Fata pinned back at his tower. The nice thing is with this... I mentioned the good Observer wards. There's also one here. This Beastmaster just needs to buy himself a smoke. But even if he does, it's still pretty obvious when he's gone. And now they're going to go Roche. Enchantress looks like she tanked it for a little bit, but just a very easy Roche kill. And costly here for Sigma, who aren't ready to fight yet. Don't have their level 6 on the Bane, just got their wards. Beastmaster, no Blink Dagger. Actually, you know, we haven't seen Aurora yet this game. We're 10 minutes in. Now there's an Aegis. And out comes a Vlad's. Almost a completed Vlad's for your Ursa.
From blaze to inferno.
Sigma definitely have strong split push. The Prophet, they can drop the wards casually. But if they make the mistake of forcing too many fights, and they don't get a good initiation, they're going to get crushed. Ursa, double damage rune up on Shachlo. This is very scary. And Paz is about to be caught, I think. Oh, Shachlo pokes his head in. They didn't see him, though. Just barely able to keep out of range.
Dire's bottom tower
Now they're
is
scouting
under
Ancients.
attack.
They know the Lycan or the Prophet are up to something, and they find Pyrus. Oh, he'll go with the Brain Sap. It's not going to matter. Actually, has the balls to Fiend Script directly in the enemy's face. Now the Ursa runs in. Are they going to roar? No, get Fog. Yoki, giving him the old loop-de-loo. Now the clap. He will fall. They lasso up the Lycan, but there's no damage coming out during this roar, or during this lasso, rather. But the Frostbite follows up, and now they'll bring down the Lycan. Mad will fall. It could be Pos next. Pos will fall too. Now a 3-for-1. And they're all low, but the Batrider is going to survive, it looks like. Able to run away mid. Meanwhile, Prophet in hot pursuit. Body blocking Dread. Really nice body block. They need a bit more. Phase boots are up. Use your phase boots. Use your phase boots.
Dire's
There we
top
go.
tower is under attack.
And he'll get the kill here. One more right click. Nope. Nope. Nope.
Radiant's
Dread.
middle tower is
Gonna
under
escape.
attack.
Where's that TP? He might go for a TP here. Tango it up. But there's still 7 stick charges on Dread. And I guess seeing that, he's like, you know what? This is not a good idea.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They lose the Aegis there. Yeah, they lost the Aegis, so but a 3-for-1 with an Aegis down. Definitely worth the use of the Aegis. And the nice thing is that they forced out the Shadow Shaman ward and the Roar. Shachel is playing scared, though. There's remnants all the way back to the tower. But yeah, if you're Sigma, just enter rat mode. Start split pushing with the Prophet, split push with the Lycan. You might give up a kill here or there to the Batrider Lasso if you're out of position, but you don't really need to force team fights. They can find pickoffs as well, but they smoked under this Dire Observer ward. I don't know. Oh, did they? Maybe he was right over.
Dire's middle
I'm not
tower
sure.
is
I
under
guess they
attack.
didn't see it. Yeah, maybe they weren't in vision. They'll come in now with the grip available, but Tame Out Wild, the Wolves preventing his blink. Can they get in range? A long-range grip comes through, and this should be the death of Tame Out Wild. They need a little more auto-attack damage. They'll get the kill with the Prophet, but on the backside, the Beastmaster just got dropped. And here comes Shachlo. Invis doing the Flame Guard damage. Oh, there you go. Now holds him in position, starts slicing away. Dread drops the ult. A zoning ultimate, but gets brain set from the backside as Paris brings him down. And now, Mad's just trying to find a target. But in comes the Ursa. Gets the wards while his team's fighting heroes. They'll go on to Paris. Now the Sprout, he'll TP out immediately as they're asleep. 1 second. Oh, actually the brain set too. 3 for 2. Slight advantage there to the Dire side, but actually they didn't lose either of their carries, whereas Lycan died. So let's call it a pretty big advantage. Yeah, that's a pretty big win. And for Relax, they got 3 kills for 1 with the Aegis, but haven't pushed many towers. They're running an enchant. Batrider who's good at finding the pickoffs to start the push, but the Bat's poor. No Force Staff. No Staff of Wizardry yet. And I think Relax actually need to sit back and farm a bit. Get some core items up. Just defend your towers. Don't let the Lycan take towers. That would not be a good trade, but they're not really in the best position to fight. Even when Bat jumps in, he can just get lassoed, gripped, hexed. They can go for pickoffs, but full 5-manning at Sigma, not
Dire's
really
bottom
the strength
tower
of their
is under
lineup yet.
attack.
Mainly it's the Force Staff they need. Without the Force Staff, it's just hard to go in. Your Ember's quite farmed. But it's all just kind of utility items thus far. Oh, the Roar Shachlo, but I don't know if they can kill him. They need like a ward trap here to do it. Shackles and a Fiend's Grip. Never mind, they've got the damage with the Prophet ult. That's a big kill. That's a mega kill down the drain. And they didn't use the wards, which means they have them now. Prophet's going to join this push.
Dire's middle
I don't know if they
tower
can
is
defend
under
this, but
attack.
they'll try, damn it. They'll certainly try. Is there buyback
Dire's
on the Ember?
structures
Yes,
are
there is.
fortified.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, I don't know about this.
Dire's middle
Tower's already
tower
down.
has fallen.
They're gonna trade, but trading towers is not to Relax's favor. This is just a death ball. Team Mawaldi TP's right in on top of the Shadow Shaman. Oi, oi, oi. Immediately hexed and brought down. Now they're 2 dead. This is a tier 2. Is there a Rosh up? No, Rosh still cooling down.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And the immediate TP back to base for the Beastmaster. TP topped by the Lycan. They'll take 2 towers, 2 kills, and they give up nothing. You get nothing. Relax. Absolutely nothing. Shadow Shaman's getting closer and closer to his blink. 700 gold to go for that. And Feda's already got his own. Now working towards a Necrobook, so... This is where Sigma start getting scary. You stack up the move speed aura, the Howl damage, the Vlad's damage aura. It really starts to add up. And Inner Beast as well. Plus, do they have a drums? No, no drums yet. I wonder if Sakshka will go for a drums as well, or if it'll be a Necrobook for him. Or sorry, a Force Staff as well, or if it'll be a Necrobook. I guess we'll find out. Force would be pretty good this game. But they already have 2 Blink Initiators, likely. So, I think he could get away with something like a Necrobook.
Top tower has fallen.
Very good against Ursa, the Force Staff, though. Just amazing for kiting him in general.
Radiant's bottom tower
9 to 13 your score, but Sigma, they've held on, and all of a sudden they lead by 3k gold. Actually down a surprisingly high amount of experience, but
Dire's top
they'll
tower
catch
is
up in
under
some
attack.
respects with the Midas on the Prophet and just their better ability to flash farm. And they're just taking tower after tower. I think they'll even TP in to defend bottom. The Glyph gets forced. Oh, maybe they should have saved those wards for the high ground. Then they could have really punished Relax for their split push. Toss did drop them for the tier 2, though.
Dire's top tower is
They'll
under
at least force the TPs back from some, but
Radiant's bottom
as a result,
tower is under
Relax at
attack.
least get a tier 1 as the
Radiant's
trade.
bottom tower has
Still a
fallen.
2-for-1, tier 1 and a tier 2 for Sigma. They'll be overall pretty happy with that trade. This is not a good game to be a Hawk, man. But the bottom lane's probably the most important lane at this point for Sigma, mainly because Relax are still running Ursa. Next Rosh is coming soon. Only a minute or so to go for that. So if they don't push this lane through and remove Relax's map control, then they'll just need to be disciplined scouting. And they've definitely got the heroes to do it. The Wolves, the Treants, as well as the Hawk. It's 3 different ways to scout the Rosh pit. So if Sigma let a Rosh get snuck, then that's just poor play by them, honestly. That just shouldn't happen. But we'll see if they actually look to just take it for themselves. Necro 1 now coming out for the Lycan. We're going to see 1 for the Beastmaster soon. In fact, he's already got it. The minions are stacking up. And Relax, no great BKB carriers. It's okay on Ursa, but generally you'll want other items first. Things like a Blink Dagger, sometimes even a Force Staff. And even if he goes BKB, there's a Grip and Beastmaster Roar. But if you don't go BKB, then you're just getting destroyed by the last will damage, the mana burn. It's tough. Ember normally not a hero who'd go it until later either. He's I want to say it's a Battle Fury. Hopefully a Battle Fury. There's a gem here on the CM. They are hunting Miguel, just able to scoot away though. And now they'll split push top. He heads that way, Fada goes down mid, and they're going to draw Relax back. Relax had 5 heroes bottom, but they can just plop wards down in this... Well, actually, no. There's nothing to plop them down for. Not worth using them in the base. But this is a good time for some aggressive wards from Sigma, so just good map movements in general from them. Seeing Relax show a few bottom, immediately they rotate towards top, they push out the mid, and they just spread the map out quite a bit. That was a quick Rosh respawn. That had to have been like an 8 or 9 minute Rosh. Happy 322, everybody. Hope you're all enjoying International Throwing Day. Today's the day when we celebrate the best throws in Dota history. MYM maybe paying a bit of homage to that earlier today. KYXY certainly was, and his epic manta drop game to go with the Aegis Deny from days past. He's a really good player, but I feel like at this point it's got to be getting to him. Especially, I mean, nothing compares to the Aegis Deny, but The Manta drop. Not helping either. But yeah. Happy 322, everybody. Hope you're enjoying yourselves. As Sigma just rats away. They'll push in the top. They'll chill in the enemy woods. The boars are scouting everywhere. The hawks are scouting everywhere. There's an army in the top lane. Now the pathetic Necro 1 minions will back off. They're really quite embarrassingly weak. But they grow up to... These babies will grow up to get big and bad soon. Necro 2 on the way. Beastmaster probably has his own Necro 2. Nothing on the courier. Yeah, Sigma are just playing this well. Completely locking and Relax with the split push. And Relax don't really... The only hero who can punish this is Bat, but he still doesn't have his Force Staff, man. We're 20 minutes in. Tame My Wild just way, way poor. And even if he had Force Staff, he can't be everywhere. Sure, you kill off the Prophet, then the Lycan just starts pushing the other side of the map. The Shadow Shaman blinks and drops his wards. Beastmaster shows up with his own Necro Book. Relax are just not very well equipped to deal with the split push. And it certainly isn't helping how poor Tame My Wild is, but... Well, they go for the Rosh, and what do you know? It's being scouted, and now Yoki's getting bashed. Treants will parade in. Hawks flying high over the pit. This is a pure desperation move to be going for this.
Regeneration.
Even though Tame My Wild sees this Shadow Shaman, he just can't do anything. Oh, the boar wins the D-Ward war. But Bat's got the gem, so he'll get the last laugh. A little victories. Alright, Battle Fury's out. Shadeshlow, this is where Relax might just be starting to turtle. They are running an Ember. An Ember Bat, very hard to break high ground against late game. But that's where things like an Aghanim Scepter later on for the Beastmaster, along with the Blink, and the Shadow Shaman potentially getting a Blink. Although he seems to be going Necro Book or Force Staff, but they have some good long-range initiation available on Sigma, so that's what you want against Ember. Just be able to jump in, instantly lock him down before he can even react or port away, and then just focus him. Orchid is also going to help for that, which Miguel is working towards. I'm a little surprised he's not going Hex. I mean, clearly they're getting free raid in terms of farm. And they've got plenty of damage already from the Lycan and the Inner Beastar. I feel a Hex would be a better choice here. But it's not too shabby. At the same time, Relax don't have any BKBs. Won't be getting any anytime soon. Life is gravy.
Dire's bottom tower has been denied.
Well, another Necro Book, guys. I guess it's only appropriate with Bulldog in the chat that Sigma are doing their best Alliance impression here. 2 Necro Books, possibly a third on the way. Mass summons, mass split push. Don't fight until you've got like a 40k gold lead. That'll be the game plan here. That's where one good cleave crit could turn this game for Shadeshlow. Let's see if he can do it. At this point, I'm starting to root for Relax because Sigma are not playing like... They're not playing with any sort of aggression here. We want to see some bold moves, and they're not delivering. They're delivering on the split push, though. There's not much Relax can do, really, like I mentioned earlier. This is where they pretty much just turtle until late game. Maybe they can bait Sigma into an engagement, but otherwise Sigma are just going to keep on pushing in the lanes. They'll throw Necro Books, basically just bodies at the tower. The minions come in, and sure they can glyph and defend one time, but then the next time it goes a lot more poorly. Even the wards get dropped. And this Bat can't even go in, because he still doesn't have his freaking Force Staff. Man, he's poor. That's the tier 3. They give it up for nothing, really. Well, they'll farm some wards, they'll farm some Necro Books, but... Enchantress can only do so much against an army full of Necronomicons. Can't enchant them all. Now a smoke. And I think this is the time where they've taken down the tier 3. So what Sigma can do with the racks exposed and the glyph down is threaten the racks, and then as soon as Relax rotate in, through their own base, through the woods, back to the top lane, then you just go Roche right away. So, it's a pretty simple feint that they should be looking to execute. And the smoke, maybe they go behind the Prophet, catch Relax off guard, not sending enough heroes to defend. Oh, the scintillating dodo we've gotten today. We actually had a great first game to start things off. I won't deny this has been a slower game, though. But they'll go in on pause. Your first action in like the solid 10 minutes. And the Lycan just pops his ult and runs. Yeah, let's go rat, guys. Let's go bottom. They've smoked up here on the Beastmaster as well. And actually, it's a good time to take a look at the vision for Relax. They've got some decent vision through their own woods, but this Hawk is doing a lot of work for Sigma. They see close to all. Look at that. They've got vision almost all the way through that corridor. That's on the prowl again. He's worried about the Roche, but it's already too late. Sigma just jaunt in and grab it. No attempt to steal it, really. The bat blinks in, but it's too late. Ember actually ports in. He goes into everybody. What is he doing? Shadeslow. Oh my goodness. I have no idea what the plan was there. Like, Ember's elusive, but he did not leave a Remnant to jump out to. He just Remnant into the pit. Of course, just an Orchid or a Roar. Or a Grip. Any of the above, and he's dead. And he got a Grip and a Roar. They did stack their stuns there, but well worth it for the kill. Because now, a Storm comes bottom. An army. Just a massive unit charging forth. Ember does have the buyback. They're going to be forced to use it now. Or they will lose Rax for this. Or almost certainly. He'll buy back, and Sigma just immediately going to retreat. Remember, they got the Aegis. They're in quite good shape here. Now they'll TP out. Just forcing out the Ember buyback is big, because if this game goes late, Ember is the one that will have to carry it. He's going to have to be killing like 2-3 heroes with a big crit, cleaving with the Sleight of Fists, but unfortunately for Shadeslow, just a Battle Fury drums and phase boots does not a hard carry make. And it's because they don't have towers. They haven't taken either tier 1 top or mid, and they have not taken any tier 2s at all. So a 1 tower to 7 tower advantage. 6 tower lead right now for Sigma that they're sitting on, and that's why you see, honestly, if the 6 tower lead went the other way, then Relax would be having the huge advantage. But, you know, if they get 6 towers back, this gold differential goes to pretty much even. And actually, if they get it back, it'll be going their way, because they'll have to get hero kills to make that happen. Otherwise, they'll never get the lanes pushed out. Well, Relax also, I mentioned the Ember, but the other hero that can dish out a lot of damage late game is Windex on the Enchantress. Does have Ags up, rushed it after the Urn. No upgraded boots. That's the other big damage dealer. But a hero like Ursa just becomes a red herring. Like, he's so easy to focus in fights. He's got no escape, no survivability, no escape mechanism. Sure, he's tanky, but you just roar him and focus him, he will die. So he's kind of got to bait heroes out. But now it's Matt's turn to get caught on the Lycanthrope. He pops his ult immediately. Still has a Necro Book, but just held in position. And now he comes back with no big wolf form. He's going to die again. Red dropping the ult. The Ember coming through. Huge kill. Fucking mad. Feeds a bit. Costs his team a lot there. That's an Aegis down that he had for 1, 2, 3, almost 3.5 minutes. Yeesh. That's not what they wanted. Well, when you're executing Rat Dota, giving up tons of pickoffs on cores is the one thing you have to avoid. You can die here or there, but especially, that's basically 2 deaths. An Aegis and a hero life. That's something they simply can't afford. Relax already did it to Alliance. They bent, but didn't break. Much to Bulldog's chagrin, I'm sure, and that could very well happen again here. This lineup for Relax definitely goes late. They just don't farm that fast, they don't push that well, but with the proper items. Enchantress is a beast late game. Ember's a huge beast late game. Ursa, a decent frontline tank, and can dish out a lot of damage if he's not locked down. But he'll probably be locked down. And then Bat's the best high ground defender in the game, outside of maybe Magnus. It's gonna be tough now. I feel like Sigma just were like, oh, you know what, we've got a 7 tower advantage. We can just sit back and farm. There's no way Relax will win this late, but they should have been trying to apply more pressure. Use their blink daggers, smoke up a little bit more. They just got the Aegis and just sat back and tried to purely farm with it. And if you don't make any attempts to get kills, eventually your opponents will. Well, if they've got any sort of backbone. They do have this farm profit, though. Lots of lockdown. Sigma's still in an alright position, but they cannot rest on their laurels here. If you're just joining us, guys, this is just your first relax match and a double relax header. We'll have another relax game coming up shortly after this one. Actually, maybe not so shortly. Depending on how soon it ends, I guess. If it goes the way it's going, though, it'll be like as soon as this game ends, we have like a 3-minute break, get in the lobby, and hopefully start after that. Somebody fight! Kill things! Do it! You know you want to. Fata or Fata will go for the... We'll go for the Boots of Travel now, so they've got even more mobility, and this is where things can get real cute. Send the Hawk around, Boots of Travel onto it, set up some global ganks. Lycan can join you, Prophet can show up out of nowhere. This will give them some additional mobility to go with the Prophet, and could be an opening to just break the game out. But Tame My Wild, having finally completed 4-step, now up to 1600 gold. Still very poor for a Bat Rider, but he's starting to get his core items out. I feel like this would be a good Lincoln Spear game. Things like Roar, Grip, you just block that initial lockdown and it can be the difference maker. Oh boy. Oh boy, there's a gem here on the Bat. He's gonna blink in, lassos in the Bane, and then the Bane just gets completely caught out. Paris is gonna melt. That's a huge kill. But Sigma will just immediately counter push. They'll drop the top lane and just start mashing at the creep wave. But already Relax will head back to defend. Gems at the base as well. And that was, I believe that was the... Yeah, the Bane dropped the gem, I think. So they also lost their gem in that fight. Pitchell's getting bigger. As an ultimate orb. Probably going to be a Lincoln Sphere this game. Manta's pretty useless. Scotty's just an underwhelming item on Ember in general. I think Lincoln's is a good choice here, though. Deal with that initial Blink Roar, that Blink Hex. 4-staff Hex, whatever it might be. And that split second is all you need. As soon as your Lincoln's break, you just immediately Fire Remnant out. Wait for it to cool down. Play it a little safe, let someone else soak up the initial blows. So, Relax may go for 2-3 Lincolns here. At the same time, though, I feel like it's maybe just a better item for the Bat to go for. Oh my god, are you serious? Are you serious right now, Windex? He's serious, man. Midas. 32-minute Midas. They're just gonna turtle this out. They'll take it late. Oh, Tame My Wild. Don't get caught like this. Not like this, Tame My Wild. That's a gem fed. Just wanted to D-ward off on his own. Well, it is 322 after all. And comes Mad in the middle lane, and they're going to use this as a chance to push, at least force out another buyback. They might just rotate towards the top lane. The buyback comes, and they just drop the wards and back. It is a massive army of summons. They need this Ember here. Quick, fast, in a hurry, but he just doesn't hit hard enough yet. Already the Rex have fallen. The Bat's gone in, but he's going to get caught out. Now Ursa goes to work. He brings down the Beastmaster. No Roar for this fight. Can he Boots of Travel buyback? He can, but he's not doing it. I guess they feel they don't need him. They do, though. They most certainly need their Beastmaster here. And they'll go. One more cleave through will get this kill. And Ember going to work. 4 heroes dead. Where was that Beastmaster Boots of Travel buyback? I feel that would have turned the fight. And if they're not going to buy him back, they should have just ran. Oh, the throws. Now, Roche is actually about to respawn, although they don't know it. Another quick Roche. But that was a great initiation. Yoki jumped in, clapped on 3, and then it's where the Ursa, again, as mentioned before, isn't the real damage dealer. He's just the sponge, basically. Soak up the spells, tank up in the front line. Maybe you focus on the Beastmaster first, before he gets off a Roar, but your main goal is just to be a distraction while Shadeshlow cleans up from the back. That's exactly what he did.
Middle tower is under attack.
You give this Ember another Battle Fury, which he is... Oh no, is he going Link? I think he's going Lincoln Spear. Yeah, that's his. Oh, actually going with a Blink Hex here. But if he gets another Battle Fury, then he'll be able to almost solo kill a lot of those minions. He'll bring down the tower. He does get roared. I think he's okay here, though. There's a grip now as well, but immediately Ursa jumps in. 1 dead. 2 could follow. They actually Shadow Shaman blinking out. Shadeshow on the retreat. And now Miguel. He'll be next on the list, but they do manage to focus him down. The Lycan doing a lot of work here. Now Dread. The turn of the tides. The 2 have fallen. It could well be 3. It will be 3. 3 for 1.
Give my best to the
Oh, by the way, I
ancestors.
didn't mention it, but there was actually 2 buybacks in that base defense. Ursa and Batrider both fought back. And now the Ursa's on the sideline for a full minute. This is going straight back down the middle lane. This will be Rex. No Ursa. I don't see how Relax stopped this. Unless Sigma start diving the base, this is 1, possibly 2 lanes. Crystal Maiden can buy back all she wants.
I'll do
Enchantress can
better
buy back
this
all she
time.
wants, but there's no Ursa. And that's their frontline hero. Although I guess Sigma are going to slow roll it. They're a bit scared after that last engagement, and they also know that one more overextension from them, maybe Relax come through mid, and instead of taking a tier 2, actually start threatening their own base. Ember's getting big, though. But he's squishy. Lincoln's Battle Fury drums against a Lycan now with an AC. If it ever comes to a man fight, he will lose, and he will lose bad. He gets silenced. But now, oh, we'll miss the frontline initiation. They bring down the Beastmaster to start things off. Nicely done by the Bat. I guess he lasted them back in. Now catching out the Lycanthrope, but no, they didn't even use the lasso. Now they're going to use it on Mad, but they got to focus him here. The Imps come through. He's doing no damage at all, really. Just couldn't focus anyone down. And that's Roche going the other direction. It's getting a little crazy here. How did they kill the Beastmaster? They didn't use lasso. I guess the Ember just caught him out or something with Searing Chains. That must have been it. Maybe Crystal Maiden force-staffed him forward. That's the other possibility. Just force-staffed him into her team. Aegis and Cheese now go the way of Relax. They still have both lanes of Rack standing. Sure, they're up against the Prophet, Boots of Travel, Beastmaster, and a Lycanthrope, but as long as they defend this base and they take it late enough, Ember's up to 3,200 gold. Battle Fury number 2 on the way. And once you get the 2 Battle Furies, that's where you pick up your Daedalus. And once you get the Daedalus, that's where things get rough. And the thing with Emperor, oh, Fiend's Grip, low ground to high ground. Are they going to have the backup here in time? Tame My Wild, another gem death. Another gem death for Tame My Wild. Oh boy. Do they have one back at the base? New gem immediately purchased up by Dread. These gems have been passed around like hot potatoes this game. But yeah, to go back to what I was saying, Ember Spirit is amazing against Necrobulks, because when you're actually slashing with Sleight of Fist, you're immune. You're invulnerable. So he can kill them all with the crit and not take any damage, and get just a bucket full of gold. And they'll go through the mid lane now. In comes the splash. Good cleaves being done. Already just the Lycan down to half HP. If they can roar Shadeslow, but there's the Lincoln Spear to worry about. It has been broken. He slashes through again. They're fishing for the roar. They will get him. Remember, he doesn't have buyback now. He gets force-staffed away to safety. In comes the Ursa. They've brought down the Lycanthrope, though. That's the big damage dealing from the backside. Wind X is just raining down imps. Massive damage being dealt. The Ghost Scepter's not helping them against the imp damage. And Pos will fall. Next one down.
Again.
Now your second Battle Fury's out. And the Ember didn't die. But they got the rack. Melee and ranged. This is one of those games where Sigma are doing just enough damage that they might be able to take 2-3 lanes of Rex and hang on, but it could also be they take even 2 lanes of Rex and then just completely hit a brick wall. Can't win any more fights because the Ember's too fat and the game just turns the other way. And the big thing is just the Ember not having to buy back there. Now up to 1,000. 1/5 or so of the way, a little bit less than 20% of the way to the Daedalus. Even just getting a Crystallis goes a long way, though. Remember, they also still have Cheese and Aegis, so I think if you're relaxed now, you just say, let's try and force something, at least bait out some buybacks in the next fight. Still a good 3.5 minutes left on the Aegis. And the Necrobooks become more and more irrelevant as the Ember continues to farm. And that's where you've invested almost 10k into Necrobooks. In fact, a bit more than 10k. Maybe they even look to, like, replace it on the Lycan if the game goes long enough. It will still help you in the base race, but... Oh, Ember just casually feeding bottom. Runs into 5. Does he have a Spirit ready? Yeah, he does. Can he get off in time? Jaunt's back out. Shadeshaw has never been mashing the R button harder in his life. Now they'll push in bottom. And Sigma, they have popped the Aegis. There were 3 minutes left on it. And remember, Ember... Oh, actually, now he does have buyback gold. So if they die on the Ember, he can actually buy back and still turn these fights. They've got to be careful about forcing it. We saw what happens earlier with 1 Battle Fury. Imagine if there's 2. And just more levels in general. Well, we're heading late game, boys. Relax, hanging on for now. Are they going to repeat their amazing late game performance against Alliance? Or they turned it around. Alliance just underestimated them, made some mistakes, and lost that game. It is certainly possible. Relax, perhaps making their case as kings of the late game. At least so far in the season of Starladder. Of course, the other way to do it is just win the early game and not have to worry about the late game. But yeah, overall, they are in pretty good shape.
Of the wood.
And Sigma just seem like they have no momentum anymore. Completely backing off. Forced to just find pickoffs. Can't really 5-man like their lineup wants to. Their lineup was basically built on get your auras, at least a few points in all the auras, get a few necro books, and just drop wards, spam the necro books, and break the base. But some sloppy execution in those fights, some great buybacks, and just defense from Relax. Push is really just gone. The momentum's been taken out of their sails at this point. Jesus. The best thing they can hope for is just to split push, though. They still split push very quickly, and Relax still do not have the same mobility that you see Sigma bring to bear. They'll bring in some trans bottom, and they'll work on this tier 3, but in comes the Ember. See your creep wave. And again, just not taking any damage from the necro books. Very annoying to deal with. And the gold for Shachlo. Oh my goodness. They can't afford to keep feeding him necro books like this. Like, they need to actually back. As soon as they recognize TPs, you can't try and damage towers like that. That is not worth feeding away Shachlo 500, 600 gold per push. If it was, like, about to get mega creeps, I would say it is worth it, but just not at that point yet. And this is where you've got to profit with 20k net worth, but how much does he actually bring to the fights compared to a hero like Ember? They need to dig deep here, Sigma. Let's see if they can... This is kind of a test of their mettle. Can they find some pickoffs here? That's still the strength of their lineup. The Boots of Travel Beastmaster, the Blink Dagger on the Shadow Shaman and Beastmaster, and the Global Hex. They can still kill almost anyone if they find them in the right position. And speaking of killing someone, thinking about having a go here on Shachlo. But now Windex is building towards a Hex. Hey, it rhymes. Ultimate Orb's up. Daedalus coming soon on the Ember. CM's even got some item. He's just like, give me your necro books. Uh-oh. Tamawad's been caught out here, but he's got a BKB. Miguel's really forcing this one. Where's the lasso? He gets roared. Oh. I think he might have seen the Beastmaster there at the last thing. It's like, I'm dead anyway. Or maybe thought he cast and then just back off. Now they're going on to Windex. They have a Sprout available. Not even bothering to use it. That's 2 down for Nil. Who's got the buybacks now? That's the question. No buyback on the Beast, on the Bat Rider. Is there a buyback on the Enchantress? There's not. She just, oh, actually, she just used it. Okay. So they're 4v5 for now. But one more good pickoff for Sigma. One more good gank for this Prophet, and that could be the base, and with it, quite possibly the game. It still hangs in the balance. And a lot of it comes down to the RNG, assuming he goes for Daedalus. Could always just YOLO it and go Rapier, just saying. I'd be down for the Rapier. I can get behind that. But I don't think they're in that desperate of a situation yet. Honestly, he does enough damage with a Daedalus. As much fun as a Rapier would be. But we'll see. He pushes out the top lane, and for now your Beastmaster just hanging out bottom. It's been a very, like, just subterfuge-filled game for Fada. Constantly hiding in the trees, trying to just drop the Necrobook wherever possible. And it's been minion wars as well. The boar getting stolen by the Enchantress. and sent back to fight for the trees. Fight for Bambi himself. Herself. I'll tame my wilds in hot pursuit, though. And actually, this hawk is spotting things out here. It has seen Shadeslow.
Double damage.
But Shadeslow says, great. Triple Battle Fury instead. Alright. Now he's cleaving for more... I mean, even ignoring reduction, he just does more damage with the cleave now. Over 100% cleave. And heroes like Lycan, who have 9 plus 26 armor, potentially just useless against... That armor is just useless against Ember. Of course, if you cleave onto the Lycan, then the damage is not reduced by armor. We'll see if it comes to that. But this could be like a Kunkka-esque late game. He just bought the triple Battle Fury. He gets caught on top. He's 15 gold away from buyback Shadeslow. Shadeslow. Oh, it was this ward which did him in. He'll have buyback here. He'll definitely have to use it. But remember, one more death is it. That's gonna be it. Against Lycan, you lose your Ember again? No way do you defend the base. No way in hell. So we'll buy back now. And they go in on Miguel immediately. The Prophet gets caught out. Cleaned up by Shadeslow. We'll get some reliable gold for that one. While Mad pushes in through the bottom side. And immediately they'll give away some gold here with the Necro minions. Oh, the buybacks. How they can turn the tides. But it's also interesting. The first two, or actually, sorry, the first 3 Roches were all close to like that 8-9 minute respawn, but or just a bit more. But this one's going to be basically a full 11-minute Roche respawn, which is where Relax just used a buyback. Really want to get an Aegis on Shadeslow. And interestingly enough, Yoshi is going Reaver. I would much rather see a Hex from the Ursa at this stage of the game. Hex on Ursa is absolutely amazing, and frankly, they need more lockdown at this point. Like, if you're tanky, that's just not going to matter. They'll still kill you with all the physical damage from a Lycan, and the Fiend's Grip, the Roar, the Hex, the Shackles. They also, by the way, have an E-Blade on Pass. E-Blade is a nice little pickup against Shadeslow. You can't be hit by any sort of physical damage when you're in ethereal form, and that does include the Sleight of Fist. So, you can use it to keep a teammate alive. You can also potentially use it just on this Ursa, when the Ursa jumps in if he doesn't have BKB ready. But yeah, this will mostly be more of a defensive E-Blade this game, I feel. Now the question is, do they go for some Dagons as well? Nothing yet. If you're just joining us, it's only our second of 4 matches for the day. We have quite a bit of Relax Dota headed your way. One more game for Relax after this. And then we move into, I believe, Insane versus... is it Insane versus Ahead? It's 2 of the lesser-known teams in the group. But we'll see. BKB's out on Tame My Wild. Just keeping an eye on the buybacks. Net worth, not really as relevant at this stage of the game, but... yeah, you could see Sigma have that gold lead in theory, but... well, it comes down to the cleaves. We'll have to see Shadeslow go for something besides a Battle Fury at this point, I imagine. 3 Battle Furies already out. That should be enough. This is the same build that the Korean team that I cast. Who was it? Uh-oh. Hawk's gonna break the Lincoln Sphere here. Just casually throw out a Sleight of Fist. Yeah, the Prophet ult coming through and the Hawk giving vision, so... that's a nice way for them to just ensure that this Lincoln isn't relevant in the fights. But yeah, with triple Battle Fury, you just clear every wave with one Sleight of Fist. Pretty much every wave will fall, unless you get Mega Creeps. And then you maybe need 1 crit to kill the whole wave. But they're going to force this Roche. And Sigma say, okay, you want to force Roche? We're going to force out a Glyph and maybe take your base, but I don't know if they'll do it fast enough. Already Windex is backing off, but the team's committed, and they have found the Shadow Shaman. He gets off the E-Blade. He tried to steal the Aegis, drops the gem in the pit, and now it's going to turn into a base race here. They brought in down the Rex, and instantly Sigma says, you know what? We're going for the jugular, folks. Straight for the Mega Creeps. Onto the Rex they go. That's Megas in a jiffy. Relax. They will lasso up the Lycan, bring him back into the fray, while the Ember Spirit comes surging in, cleaving through, but not really doing enough damage. The Lycan, can he kill off another? Yes, he will. Now he'll fall, but Relax are in just dire straits at this point. No Rax bottom lane, no Rax mid lane, and no Rax top. They've already been mega'd. And I don't know if they can afford to just sit back at this point. They've got Aegis. Did they get the cheese? Maybe the Shadow Shaman denied it. Not seeing the cheese. Or someone may have just sold it, but... That was not a good trade for Relax. Sure, you take the Roche, but if you don't go right down mid off of that, that's just game. Almost certainly. Not 100%. I mean, they do have Ember, so to be fair, to look at it a little more objectively, they do have Ember, who's probably one of the best base defenders, can clear waves about as well as a hero like Medusa, potentially, to a lesser extent, Gyrocopter, with sufficient farm. So they can keep the lanes out. It's just one bad fight where they get caught with buyback, like this one for Tame My Wild, who already bought back. That could just cost them the game, and he'll get E-bladed. He's going to Flame Break, though. The Blink's coin down. The Roar jams it in. Now they've just got to get out, though. Boots of Travel up on your Ember. Now they'll Sprout. Ursa comes over the top. Can he kill Miguel in time? No! If he had a Hex, that was a kill. But he's got a heart. Yeah, this Ember's... He needs inventory slots, man. He's got too many items now. Well, now he can't quite one-shot the waves, but he still comes damn close with the triple Battle Fury.
Radiant's top tower.
We'll start whacking at mid. Remember, no buyback for a minute. Oh. Oh, Shadeslow. Okay. To leave a CM to die. Dread's what the hell, man? What's the matter with you? Meanwhile, Miguel's running heroes down top, but Yoki gets sprouted away. It doesn't matter. Miguel gets the kill. Enchantress now trying to man-fight her way out of this one, or not even man-fight, just fight her way out of this one, I should say. Miguel into the trees, hiding here. Windex trying to stop. He'll go for the TP out. He'll get out. Well, they lose another, though. They bought back, and they instantly bought back on Dread CM. So we're now getting to the point where a few more deaths. There's no buyback on this Ursa. Yoki gets caught out. They need this Ember doing damage while the Ursa's being held in position. The long-range Fiend Script. Uh-oh. Oh, maybe it's Sigma who need to run. Oh, boy. They found one on the side. Pos comes in. The wards get deployed. Shadeslow's held in position, but he's one-shotting these wards. Fighting his way out. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Now splashing through. But he didn't actually Searing Chains. Now he'll just Searing Chains Paris anyway. Keeps on going. Meanwhile, there's a little rat being attempted in the base as the Lycan goes in. Focuses on Tame My Wild. They chomps through him. Brings him down in a hurry. And now they go straight for the throne. No. No, they're worried about being caught out here. Meanwhile, your Prophet's also into the fight again. He's going to go for the pick off Shadeslow. Does he have buyback? Yes, he does. He'll have to use it immediately. Oh, still has the Aegis, but I think he'll die twice here if there's a Roar. No Roar, actually. No, he's not going to die. Now ports onto the Lycan throw. BKB gets forced out, but if they can just keep him in position, as soon as this BKB wears off, they'll get the kill. Meanwhile, the base starting to be breached, but the Lycan's the one in trouble now. Nova's going to hit him. In comes the Ember, dropping him fast with the Imps. Haven't brought him down yet. There he goes. But the creeps descend on the throne. The tower's dropping quickly. There's no way they can base trade this. They'll have to defend, and who better to do it than Ember? Look at the creeps! Look at the freaking creeps just melt. Ember just slicing through them all. That cleave, man. Meanwhile, Dread almost killed off. Gets earned. It won't be enough to keep him alive. There's no Sleight of Fist Searing Chains combo here. He actually orbs forward, and this is where the Prophet might just make a big dive. They found Hafada. Can they kill him off in time? Missing up the hill. I think one or two Imps missed there. And into the base goes Miguel. Brings home the tier 4. Now rats his way back out. The creeps are coming in. They'll be the saviors of the Sigma team. And it's almost at that point where Relaxed might just have to Hail Mary it. Go for some shenanigans. Oh, they found the Prophet. They found Miguel in the trees. Maybe he revealed himself. And now he's going to get lassoed. He doesn't buy back here. But he'll be forced to use it potentially. Actually, I guess the safe play is not to use it, because Relax are not getting out of their base anytime soon. So he really won't be forced to use it. We'll see if he wants to. But I think it's time for Shadeslow to go big or go home. At least build something. He's got 6.5k. He doesn't need all of this gold for buyback. Daedalus probably the ideal choice here. Oh no. Oh no. He's been caught. Wards get dropped. Is there going to be backup on the way? Yeah, there's your buyback. No point in even... I guess he could have waited a few seconds, but... Spend your gold, man. At least get a Crystallis. I don't know about this. And the sad part is now he's not getting gold towards his next item. And he won't for a solid, like, 30 seconds here. Maybe even more. I think it's more like 40. Oh, they go in again. Shadeshlow, if he dies now, that's got to be GG. Just bought back. They forced F him away, though. The team will keep him safe. And in from the top come the Necros. Though there is a glyph available. They don't want to have to blow it now, though. They want to save it, reserve it for when the actual heroes commit. For the time being, that's what they'll do. There's a Crystallis out now on Shadeshlow. But these will be the midget crits. Only 175, not the massive 275 that can just win a game with a single crit. Meanwhile, Bat's on a cliff. Thought I found him out there, but did not bother with the roar. Didn't have the damage on his own to bring him down. They forced out the Bat BKB. Meanwhile, the Courier dies. It was trying to buy something. I'm actually not sure what it was. While mid, Ember. Oh, he gets caught again, and this one's probably going to be the one that does relax in. Actually gets E-bladed by the Shadow Shaman, I believe. Almost keeps him alive. Oh, that could have been a disastrous E-blade, but it ends up working out. And with no Ember for 2 minutes, it's GG. Sigma take it 55 minutes in. It appears they will anyway. Well, they're hanging on for now, but this probably is going to be the... And Miguel, he's actually teleported back in. The Enchantress dropping him low. They still haven't taken Rax, even though Relax have GG'd out. But again, no Ember for 100 seconds. It really should be all she wrote. They bought back on the Ursa, though. They bought back on the Ursa. They're still fighting this one out while GG'ing and all chat. They're not ready to go down just yet. But Lycan's here. He's a bit too strong with the ult. One good crit off with his head. The big bad wolf does it, and Sigma live to fight another day. 36-31, your final score. Relax with the kill lead, but Sigma with the throne dead. And that's all that matters in the end, folks. That's all that matters. Wow. Well, whew. That game was boring and slow to start it off, but it ended in style for sure. So that's going to wrap up our second game of the day. Sigma bring home a doozy in the end, but they definitely had to work for it. Of course, guys, thanks for joining me. That is only our second match. We've got 2 more coming up. The next match is going to be MYM versus Relax. So you get more Relax Dota, more triple Battle Fury action. A man can hope, a man can dream anyway. If you enjoyed my Cassie, I'm LD Beyond the Summit. You can follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/LDDota. And of course, you can follow Beyond the Summit, twitter.com/Beyond the Summit. Thanks for watching Starladder Season 9, guys. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be live with MYM versus Relax. Stay tuned. Happy 322.